the entry to the kennel, and I'm really thrilled with the gardening that Heather's been teaching me. We're expanding the living space and the enjoyment of space with the dogs out into this front garden now. Yeah, he's lovely. Thank you. I'm wishing for butterflies, but I haven't seen any. I hope they still will. These are blueberries, or Oregon varieties, and strawberries. We've had success this year, and hopefully they'll be back next year. The upper garden is featuring metal stairs for training. I haven't figured out how to make them this from kindergarten. Yeah, the dahlias are good. We're going to change the colors. We're going to add red and orange solid colors and take out some of the pink. This is the first time I've had a front garden with a bench to sit and enjoy watching the dogs. Loved it, yes, it's been really fun. And every year, hopefully, it will mature. This is an Asian pear tree that Mom planted, and one year it was so loaded with fruit, the whole top half of it broke off. And there was just this little stick sticking out of the ground, and I said, shouldn't we take it out and replace it? And Eva said, no, give it time, it'll come back.
It'll do its thing.
And this is how it's come back. It's just beautiful now. This ramp is an entry ramp for some of my clients. It makes it easier for them than uneven ground surfaces. It's more predictable. And I felt easy about putting it in the garden, but now that it's here, I feel really comfortable with it. It fits. So I'm very happy with it. And the puppies come out of the puppy yard on the right there, come play in this front garden, and run up and down the metal ramp and get very comfortable with it. Try to get a little idea here of some of your play apparatus. Hey, baby. You're pretty baby. Girls, those are sisters. Yes. Peppermint Patty and Violet. Peppermint Patty's just like good girl. Who else? Violet went through. Oh, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous of each other. Good girl. I'd like to introduce everyone to my heart dog of the previous generation rather than the current one. He passed at the end of 2016. His name was American and Canadian champion Kings Valley Master of the Gold, and he was temperament certified and herding certified, and he was my leader and breeder dog here. And I learned so many things from him. He really impacted my life and taught me a lot about working with collies and how much they have to give in terms of becoming service dogs. We had many happy times together, including one time when he earned this group third, and I was handling him myself, and was one of the last times I was handling, and it's just a really warm memory. But mostly it was how he lived his life with me that made him my heart dog, and he was a grandson of my most beloved before him. His grandmother was American and Canadian champion Kings Valley Confidante. Actually, she was the Canadian champion. I don't think he had his Canadian championship. He was international and American champion, and she was American and Canadian champion. And Confidante also had a lot of working titles and a versatility title. And I have some artwork, like the pencil sketch of her that you can see. You can insert, Larry. So That's it. That was Flynn, and there will be more on him later, and we will tie it back to this. This dog was champion Kings Valley Magic in the Air, and he's sort of an example of what I'm looking for in this upcoming generations of smooths. I love his head, the detail of his head, but he was a happy working dog also, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed his personality. He was a dog, one of many that we let go of because I knew that he would have a happy, busy life with my friend Teresa Marquardt, and he did. Many times I know that if a dog is going to enjoy more activities or different activities than I can offer them, I will let them go to somebody who wants to enjoy them in their life in different ways than I do. And he was one such dog, but he was beautiful. Coming this way, an example of a smooth from the past that just I enjoy looking at that picture now. This was represents the years of work here on the place, developing a forest, planting trees that my mother and I did together. It was an award for Tree Farmer of the Year, and it's a lifetime endeavor and very slow to see results. Clicker Expo, I'm a clicker trainer, and I loved Clicker Expo. It's my continuing education as a trainer, and I go whenever I can to Portland for that experience. My mentor in training is one of the on the faculty for Clicker Expo. This was a picture of me and a friend of mine, Cheryl, and this was my father, and Cheryl and I were trick-or-treating for Guide Dogs for the Blind, collecting money donations for guide dogs. And guide dogs has been an inspiration for me for a long time. That was the beginning of it. I think we collected $50.58 and got a letter of appreciation from them. This was, of course, last year. Timmy, John Provost. Here we're coming to my training equipment section, and beautiful artwork from Mary Kummer. I asked her if she could do an image of Flynn's grandmother. This is Confidante. I called her Sydney, the rough, and she's was my model for the harness. As you see, you probably recognize the harness there. Coming this way, more training equipment, and another beautiful sketch from Mary Kummer, the first one that we got from her. I just love her artwork. Collie Health Foundation, which I like. And that's it for this side. This is a photograph of Sammy, one of Barbara Cleek and Nancy McDonald bred him. He was Barksdale Marlestet's Magic, but Sammy to me. And this is his partner, Karen, and he is the dog that I told the story about that stopped Karen on the sidewalk in Portland. Just thought you'd like to put a face to that story. This is a smooth dog I imported from Canada, Tally. Graceway's Who's the Boss? He's behind this litter of puppies coming up. And he's a grandson of a Marnis dog. So very close to my heart, and I'm hoping to get qualities from that part of the family in the next litter. Here's a picture of me and my mom. I can't remember who all the dogs are. It's quite a long time ago. but I love us together. And this is a friend, Nancy Ryan, and this was a daughter of Flynn's that was our first obedience trial champion, first Kings Valley Collie to have an obedience trial championship. Nancy is an amazing trainer, and she just got a little successor, sable and white, smooth puppy to her girl Candy. And this is a dog named Cole, who was Marna's Kings Valley Coalition, another example of a dog that came to my program from another breeder. And he's graduated now and has been working for several years with his partner that has MS. This is just an example of a Kings Valley smooth puppy. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. It's not so good when that starts to happen. But I just love the picture, I love his face, and I want to look at that. And here's another picture of my beloved Flynn that I introduced you to at the beginning of this segment. And artwork from two little girls that came to meet him. I was told they had attachment disorder, and so they came and spent time with Flynn. He stretched out on his dog bed, and they stretched out with him and hugged him. And for months, they came to spend time with him and learn about bonding with a collie. Meanwhile, their family puppy was growing up here, and we were waiting for her to get big enough to be safe with the two girls. And as soon as she was too big for them to lift, she was about 4 months old, she went home with them. And they had no problem bonding at all. And they do wonderful things with her, 4-H and handling and obedience through 4-H. And this is some artwork that they sent to Flynn and to me, to Miss Leslie and Flynn, but mostly Flynn. I love it. It's just perfect. It was exactly the impact he had on them. Says it all, really. All the hearts for him. And here are some dogs from the past. These girls were from this was a daughter of Tender, our foundation, which Jake had a Tender, Kings Valley. And this was Champion Kings Valley Tender Highlight. And this was a little bit later, Champion Kings Valley Tri'd N Tru. She was an RON producer and a producer of top herding titled offspring at a time when the herding program was just getting started for the CCMA. And it was becoming really popular. I always liked herding with ducks with the dogs. But she was a really great producer. This is a more current smooth from the program, Fergus. He's retired now, but more recent generation. And then here are the foundation dogs. This is Jake had a Tender of Kings Valley. Because of a fall when she was a puppy, she never had a show career. It damaged her front legs and her elbows. But she was beautiful and was a wonderful producer and very happy all her life. This dog here, Zippy, was a son of hers from her first litter, actually. I have this here because I just love to see collies from around the world, stamps from around the world. It's one of my favorite trophies. And here, Black Hawk of Kasan, who was a big inspiration to us. Just a wonderful dog all the way around. You can see a lot of what I described of him, when we talked about him earlier, the bone and substance and sweet face. That was the beginning. This panel celebrates Cameron. Everybody knows Cameron, and he's the other male smooth that I, really am moved by in type, in sweet expression, soft expression, and the way he moves, or did move. He's gone now. It was a wonderful experience to see him in the videos of the National. Cameron, Champion Kings Valley Demure, Here I Am, with ROM, was a dog that really exemplifies it takes a village and teamwork. And we knew when he was a beautiful puppy that if we didn't share him, he wouldn't have the career that he could have. And so we let him go, and it was a wonderful experience to watch him throughout his career. Lana Group did a beautiful job raising him and show training him, and Diane Steele and Nancy McDonald handled him at different nationals. And I watched from afar and really enjoyed their success with him. It's very nice to be able to share dogs in that way. Heads up. When the puppies move out of the whelping box, they move into this puppy socializing pen, where we can sit on the bed with them and they can climb in our laps. They can go through the door and through the dog door out to a covered yard with a lot of play apparatus, and then beyond that a larger open yard with more kinds of experiences for them. Metal sheets of metal, a rocking bridge, a pyramid of stairs. And so as they grow up, they move out to bigger and more exciting experiences. Yes. Hi, Violet. It's the Violet puppy. Yes. This is a litter sired by a stud dog named Charlie Brown, so we've come up with puppy names for them, all to do with the Charlie Brown characters. Yes. They're about 8.5 weeks old now. Hi, baby. Good girl. Good girl. You're listening, and that's very nice. Good girl. They get free choice dry chow. Schroeder's playing with the dog door flap, thinking about coming in that way. Hi, Schroeder. If I talk to you, come around the big door. Once they learn about both, then we can close the big door and they use just the dog door flap. Good babies. Good babies. Yes. Next to the puppies here is an inside pen of a group of dogs that are in training for service work. The smooth that's here is just 1 year old. This rough is 3 years old. And the others are outside playing. Each inside pen leads out to a field. So they can come and go as they choose, and very often when I come and walk through, some are in and some are out. You're coming back out with maybe. This is how they live in the back room. This is, I like that they lay quietly and look at us and listen to us and don't bark. I really select for that kind of calm way of interacting. It's warm here now, so it's really siesta time. And I have a white here from a friend of mine, just boarding, not related to my dogs. Hi, Clyde. Hi. Yes. This is a 1-year-old, a smooth boy, and Clive is 2 years old, the rough, and Penelope is his sister. And the others are all, oh, I think that's it. Everybody's Cabana. Yeah. This is a tapestry that I just love that came from a national specialty that Eva went to. I don't remember what year it was available, but I love the variety and the busyness and the versatility that it portrays. The same way that the other tapestry shows some of our most outstanding show winners of the breed. I don't know the dogs individually in this tapestry, but I love the work ethic that it shows. That's why I have